Alright, well, hell with it. Alright, I think I'm live. I'm trying to get everything going over here. Hang on a second. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. And I'm going to apologize right off. My voice sucks. And please let me know if I've got sound because, yes, as usual, they do updates. Let me see here. Okay, I hear something over there, so that's good. Whoa. There we go. Let me get Grumble going. Rumble is always lagging. I think I might try to switch to Kick soon. Rumble is bleh, honestly. If you're a big streamer, Rumble's good. But if you're not, bleh. Once again, I apologize. My voice is pretty screwed. But I promised I would be on. And I've had a lot, for my tiny channel, a huge percentage of requests for my late night, super early morning streams. So here we go. Jay Watterson, what is up, my friend? And honestly, dude, do you sleep? Because holy crap. Let me check, make sure Rumble is caught up. Yes, Rumble's doing decent. All right, let me head over to... I got lost. There we go. All right. We're going to do a little talking tonight, folks. Let me go over here and shrink me down. Boom. And come on, hotkey. Do your job. Nope. Nope. Yes. All right. Let's do a little talking. Wow, my phone is dinging. We are going to do a little talking about Starfleet Academy. You do sleep? Okay. You know, it's not like I can talk. I sleep about 3 to 5 hours. When I was a kid, I used to sleep about 2 hours. My parents actually took me to a bunch of therapists and doctors because they didn't think I was sleeping enough. They did a bunch of tests and showed that sleeping 2 to 3 hours is all I needed back then. So I've always been kind of a night owl, don't sleep much. And I'm going to, yeah, this is really acting up. I'm going to try to talk a little lower. All right, guys, let's hop right in it. Please do me a favor and share this out because I am really, with my screwed up schedule, trying to be on here and I am trying to grow this idiotic channel. But yeah, Starfleet Academy. Yes, guys, we are going to depart from the politics. My channel is politics and pop culture. And I am, if you've ever seen when I've had my widescreen going, all the stuff in the background on me, I'm a huge Star Trek fan. I have posters behind me from the Milan Showcase Cinemas in Illinois. They have Star Trek 1 through 4, original Paramount posters given to me by the manager. God, what a great guy. I have huge amounts of Star Trek stuff. And, yeah, I am a Trekker. Or Trek-E. But, yeah, so Starfleet, like all the J.J. Abrams crap, and pisses me off. But I am happy to see Starfleet Academy canceled. Now, we're going to go right after something that really pisses me off. I did a short on this the other day. The whole Season 2 thing. Screw you and your Season 2. Stargate SG-1, one of the best sci-fi series of all time. Did around 20 to 24 episodes per season for 10 years. That's it. And if you go watch Stargate SG-1 and Atlantis, both, their graphics, CGI, whatever you want to call it, still hold up today. It doesn't look cheesy, doesn't look crappy, except in a few spots. Now, somehow, and that was peak of technology then, they kept on the little sci-fi channel before, NBC bought them, NBC Comcast bought them, they kept 20 to 22 episodes per season. You go back and look. TV shows in the 90s and before were between 20 and 39 episodes a season. Even the highly, graphic ones. Even stuff like Babylon 5. Yeah, may look cheesy today, but pushed the limits back then. Really did. But somehow now we are supposed to think that 8 to 10 episodes is a season. Screw you. Actually, it's 8 to 12. I don't give a rat's ass. This is still season 1. I'm calling it season 1.5. This show is abysmal. And hey, if you like it, you do you. I like some abysmal shit. I know I do. I like the movie Virus with Jamie Lee Curtis and Donald Sutherland. Go look it up. It isn't a very good movie, but I like it. I like the John Carter movie. So I may throw stones at you, but I realize I like some crap. Sorry if I'm a little jazzed. I've been up for just shy of 20 hours right now, and I'm jazzed on lots of caffeine. So thank you to Black Rifle, not sponsored. And I'm using them to keep my voice going. But Starfleet Academy is horrendous. If you like it, you go. But it is objectively bad. All the characters are bad. I call it Dawson's. What was I was called it? Dawson's 90210 in space. God, the thumbnail, the picture, the graphic they used to promote this looks like the Friends image. Here, let me see if I can find this. Jeez Louise. Let's see. Let me see. Let me see here. Images. It looks like. Oh, good grief. Of course, they're going to get everyone. Let me see if I can find it here. It looks something like this one right here. But this isn't the Friends, but there's one where they lay out and do that. Oh, good grief. But let's see. Sorry, guys, I am very tired. Good grief. When you learn the English as a second language, this retarded crap right here, this is, sorry, the better image was the long one. This right here is absolutely abysmal. It looks like a WB series. I mean, jeez. I would love to blow it up as soon as I tap it, it goes to something else. I'll try again, but no, it just shrinks it. It cuts it off. There we go. That's what I want right there. That is flipping abysmal. That is not Star Trek. I don't care who you are. Once again, if you like this shite, you go for it. I like the movie Virus. I think the movie Deep Rising is one of my favorites. It is epic to me. And a lot of people hate it. You like it, you go, you walk away from this stream. But for the rest of us who are actual Star Trek fans, we're going to talk about how abysmal this series has been. Every one of these characters are retards. They're horrid. Every one of these people absolutely takes a dump on Star Trek, on Starfleet, the actual Starfleet Academy. One, let's talk about the fact you don't dump moron retards in their freshman year of Starfleet Academy onto a starship, let alone a starship. Yeah, I'm going to lose it on this. I'm very tired and jacked on caffeine and a lifetime Star Trek fan. I have been to Star Trek conventions. I have pictures signed by cast members. One of my biggest boing moments, you can figure that one out yourself, was when I got to meet George Takei. Oh yeah, I don't give a shit what his politics are. I loved Sulu. I got to meet him and Walter Koenig together at one convention. God, I was happy. I got their signatures. And actually, dude, I'll tell you what, Sulu may have insane political beliefs, but him and Koenig both spent time with fans, shook hands, and actually talked to the fans. So, politics aside, damn, that is something you don't see as much today. But every one of these characters totally shits on Star Trek. And I will say, you don't throw freshman Starfleet Academy people onto a starship. In like one of the first or second episode, they got these morons outdoing the whole starship, welcome to Biden moment. The whole starship crew, and suddenly they save the universe. Oh, shut up. You got the gay Klingon who loves watching birds and wears a skirt. Stop it. You got a half Jem'Hadar, half Klingon. Okay, let's forget that Jem'Hadar are genetically engineered and they do not have reproductive organs. They are all a non-gender kind of male-ish type person, unable to reproduce, genetically engineered. So mating with a Klingon isn't going to happen. Klingon boys, 2 dads and 1 mom. Wow. Let's not talk about the OF channel that could make. Everybody in here is bi or gay or stupid or mix. The hologram is absolutely, once again, I hate to overuse the word retard, but she's retarded. Has access to databases, but she's stupid as shit. Sorry to go off. I will check the chat. Once again, this is what happens when you're tired, pissed off, somebody's screwing up Star Trek, and jacked on caffeine. So, all right, let me see. Hey, Swamp Rat. Thought you was lying about a red eye. No, dude, I promised. And I said in my short, I was going to jack myself up on caffeine. I didn't care. And here I am, barely conscious, and I'm doing it. No, I am not lying. I try not to lie. I have in a few times said I was going to and passed out on the couch. But Season 3 Starfleet Strikes Back. No. Do not jinx me. Do not. I swear to you, Jay Watterson, do not. I will throw the flip-flops back at you. Because this abyss is not Season 2. It's Season 1.5. As I said, TV shows filmed 22 to 39 seasons forever. Some shows did 50 episodes. But now we're supposed to accept 8 to 12 episodes as a season. Starfleet Academy filmed both seasons at once. Why? Because it's still only 20 seasons. They actually only filmed 1 season. 1. And they're going to call it 2. Oh, Thank you, Paramount, for giving me 20 episodes in 2 years. I am tired of this. And I'm going to say this, and I'm not just pissed about Starfleet Academy. Hell, even series I like, stop giving us these crap seasons. Get off your lazy asses and put out seasons. We should have at least, and I'll be nice, 15 episodes per season and not wait 2 years. I mean, come on, Netflix. Yeah, I know this is Paramount. We all knew who we're talking about, Netflix. But damn. Come on. We should demand more. They want you, me, and everybody worldwide to pay for all these streaming services. Yet their flagship shows give us 8 to 12 episodes a year. That is abysmal. And most of it's like Starfleet Academy, built off of a legacy. You know? Come on. If I expanded right now, you'd see, and turn my lights on, you'd see all my Star Trek posters and everything else. Star Wars, everything behind me. I've got Batman and Robin next to me. Yeah. Who knew Batman and Robin would look like amazing, cinema compared to today? I got Cadillacs and dinosaurs next to me here. I've got a Roadrunner cartoon lunchbox back behind me over here. Yeah, I'm that guy. I got a Raiders of the Lost Ark original artwork done over there. And then my wife, I have got Atari stuff framed. But jeez, come on, guys. Find new stuff. Stop living off of the past. Grow some balls. Make something new. Hire somebody with some imagination. Stop it. Give us something different. Why is a lot of this shit failing? Not just because Starfleet Academy is absolutely horrendous. Because every character is a moron. Dude, you got a chick that swallows her comm badge. And the same chick runs around, red alert, red alert. Because you feel you need representation. Dude, Geordi LaForge, they got robot eyes. 1,000 years later, suddenly Starfleet Academy has people in wheelchairs, and people that are autistic, and people with this problem. Everybody's fat. Holy crap. Stop it. Starfleet is like the United States military or your military in your country. Represent the best. It's not some fat morons who swallow their comm badges, run around like idiots in a circle. These people would be useless in an emergency situation. And I bit my tongue. Wow, that hurt. It is annoying. This is what passes as good TV for some people. I have been on, Facebook, Reddit, X, and you see the people supporting this, and the shit they say is just as stupid as the show. It's the best Star Trek ever. Then you don't know what Star Trek is, because you are too dumb to understand real Star Trek. Because real Star Trek is way beyond you. This is proof, further proof, that Gen Z is the first generation of humans since we started studying to go down in intelligence. Look that shit up. It's a fact. So, of course, they love it because they can understand it. Jeez. These are idiots that can't look at 1967, 68 Star Trek TOS and go, they look at it and go, I don't get it. I don't see the moral. Just cheesy sets. Look at the story. They can't do it. If they don't see something on the screen that represents them, their autism, their wheelchair, their idiocy, their mental problems, they can't watch it. And Starfleet Academy has a little bit of a messed up stupidity for everyone. It gets the diversity of mental damage in it. I have not watched all of it. Every time I watch a lot of reviewers, I tried to dip in and let's see how bad it really is. I never made a full episode. Yeah, I watched like 7 episodes, bits of. Holy shit. I feel that my toenails have got stupider because of this show. All right, let me catch up with you guys. Sorry, guys. But this one pisses me off. If you ever seen when I got my full screen up, my posters behind me, those are Paramount Originals. God dang it, ticks me off. Sorry to come in hot, guys. All right, Jay Watterson. They had to do it at the start at the Academy. So many Kobayashi Maru storylines. Dude, Jay Watterson. Even the starships, to quote Nerdrotic, Star Trek was always starship porn. The starships were beautiful, well designed, functional, made sense. Not the new ships in this goddamn forsaken, trying to watch it, series, where the ships aren't even totally connected. You got parts of the ships not even connected, airspace between them, gaps. Oh, the nacelles look like wings, and they're not touching the rest of the ship. Okay, that's great, until you lose power. Go look at even Next Gen. They encounter an alien and lose power. Something happens, an anomaly, they lose power. If you lose power, what is keeping your ship together, you dumbasses? A ship that's in bits. The whole storyline. And by the way, Maslany, you need to stop going for the dumbest, most woke characters. I don't know how many of you guys, leave a thumbs up in the chat if you actually watched any of Starfleet Academy. Leave a thumbs down if you dipped out right away and said, F that. Kobayashi Maru, though. I enjoy somebody else. Dude, I've used Kobayashi Maru in political posts, in pop culture posts, in Facebook, and Reddit, and X, and a lot of people don't even know what Kobayashi Maru is. So, Jay Watterson, thank you. Commander Corky. Woof. That's harsh, but I like it. I like it. If you've seen Star Trek from Kirk, I don't care if you don't like TOS, if you're a Next Gen person, DS9, even if you're a Voyager person, of those series, of 3 series, Voyager's definitely the least. And if you look at what Roddenberry wanted Voyager to be, and what it ended up being, you get it. By the way, how many people know that Gene Roddenberry also wrote the character of Dylan Hunt that was in not only Andromeda, but some of his older series? But yeah, Gene Roddenberry wrote the Dylan Hunt character for Andromeda. That was his show. The first couple seasons of that were epic also, by the way. Commander Corky. Now, Jay Watterson, you continue to impress me, and I'm not kissing your ass. Corky. How many people today are going to know what that reference is? Nice. I've had a lot of people asking me lately for more pop culture streams, and I'm going to try to stick with it. I'm going to try to do more. I really am. Commander Corky. Think of all the possible triple antics that could be at the Academy. Jay Watterson, do you really want to see the things they would do to these tribbles? I mean, I'm serious. I will admit, Beta Z girl is pretty hot. But come on, have these people retards. The laser tag scene pissed me off. That's one of the few parts I watched. And even before I saw reviews, I'm like, wait a minute. You're in this dark room. You're laser tagging, trying to not get hit. You're trying to win. You got light up badges here and here all over you. That's helpful. There is nothing intelligent about the writing of this show. The only thing good about it is beautiful looking, except, and as a Star Trek fan, you're going to be able to look at me and go, yeah, I get it. The lighting. Does nobody know what a fudging light switch is in JJ world? What is going on with friggin' light switches now? I know it's not just JJ, but Jesus, find a light switch. The darkest series before this, it wasn't Enterprise, was DS9, but even it was extremely well lit. All these new shows are dark as flip. How do you work in that, seeing that, even in the big atrium areas of the new starship? It is, the Athena, sorry, I want to lose the wording there. It is idiotic looking. It's like somebody put LED light strips up, and it's still somehow bright and dark at the same time. Find a light switch in new Star Trek. If there's anything the original Star Trek 2009 movie did, at least they had some lighting. Yes, the starship was impossibly huge inside. If you look at the 2009 movie, that starship, I think I saw a breakdown one time. That starship in 2009 Enterprise would have had to have been 5 times the size of the NCC 1701D Enterprise for that spacing they had set up. Besides the fact of stupidity of windows on your bridge. Ugh. So let me catch up with you guys here real quick. Or the 2 people watching. Actually, it's more than that. Let me check Rumble real quick. Rumble, I'm probably, unfortunately, going to dump pretty soon. I'm going to learn to stream to Kick. And don't tell me it's not exactly the same. People go, well, it's not just the same as streaming. No, everybody's got different ways of doing things. But I think I'm going to go to Kick. All right. Triple Eoline. Hey, Swamp Rat. I know I saw you comment earlier, but I liked Enterprise better than Voyager or DS9. Okay, I will give you Enterprise over Voyager. I'll give you Enterprise over the first 2 years or over the first 2 years of DS9. I will admit, even back then, I made fun of DS9 going, oh, it's boring, it's on a space station. After the first 2 years, DS9 really kicked up. Have you watched the full series? The first year or two of DS9 are a little slow and a little limited. I believe after season 2, they really picked it up. Voyager, Janeway was one of the very early Mary Sues. She knew more about engineering than the engineer, knew more about science than Ensign Kim. She knew, Ensign Kim and Tuvok. She knew more about everything. And people go, well, that's what a captain's supposed to... No, a captain cannot out-specialize every specialist. Janeway was the first Mary Sue. She beat Ray to it. And that was a problem I had with Voyager. Also, if you look at... You can find on YouTube and a couple other places Gene Roddenberry's original vision for Voyager. When he died, they screwed it. It was supposed to be more of a ragtag fight for survival. I believe the season where they were beat up, the ship looked like absolute crap. That was struggling season. Was supposed to be what Roddenberry really wanted for the whole series. Just fight for survival. Yeah, somehow their ship just miraculously got repaired all the time out there. But I will give you, Enterprise I found decent. I did like it better than Voyager. The last season of Enterprise was really good. It deserved another season. But Paramount, the Paramount Network at the time, was failing. They were going under. And unfortunately, they went under, and there should have been another season of Enterprise, maybe more, because they were rising. Good series, though. But I will give you Enterprise over Voyager any day of the week. I would definitely choose Captain Archer over Janeway. And I'm betting 90+% of Star Trek fans would agree with you. Even if they didn't like Enterprise as a whole, they'd say Archer was a better captain. And I'm being attacked behind me. I don't know if you guys can see the white feet behind me as I have my lights on. There's a Jack's cat back here. Season 3 introduces Professor Khan. Don't get me going about Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Why is it? This is the problem with making prequels. You make a prequel 40 years after you made the original. They can't resist the urge to absolutely screw into the ground, to screw with canon and fudge up the original. Star Trek Strange New Worlds absolutely goes into my cat's litter box, digs very deep, and poops upon poop on the original canon. Besides making Spock a happy dippy dippy doodle doodle cry whiny baby dancer, they have a musical episode. Not good. So yeah. And besides, when a Khan Noonien sings, it's great-great-granddaughter or great-great-grandniece is the navigator on Strange New Worlds. Oh, for the love of FFS, go screw yourselves. Look at this. As Neurotic would do. Show up the little picture of, remember berries, remember Khan? Screw yourselves. Get new ideas. You know what? You know why The Next Generation did good? Because it looked at Star Trek. And yes, some people back then, including myself, for the first, when we heard a new Star Trek series, we're like, how dare you? Then after I saw it, as shaky as that counter at Farpoint was, I went, you know what? This might work. They didn't shit on the original series. Had Nimoy in there. Should have had more. It showed reverence. It showed an update to the original. What it would look like 100 years later after Kirk. Didn't screw with canon. Actually, throughout the series, used canon to help it. These prequels are lazy. Lazy. They screw with the original, but use it at the same time. Go farther out. Well, Starfleet Academy did. So did Discovery later on. Sorry, it's Star Trek STD, aptly called. Somehow, these jackasses went 1,000 years ahead and still screw with canon. This tennis shoe, the one my dog didn't carry upstairs, has more brains than everybody involved with Starfleet Academy. Everybody. Somehow they went 1,000 years in the future, still found a way to absolutely screw Star Trek into the ground. So I'm sorry this is a rant stream, but this has been building up in me. And every time I dipped in after reviews to try to see how much what these reviewers are saying was BS, how much is real, and then I felt my toenails die of stupidity. Blah. Star Trek has fallen so much. Go watch if you like the motion picture. Watch Star Trek, the motion picture. Watch the version made for, I believe it was USA TV Network at the time. Little different version, really good. Watch Star Trek 1, the USA version, I'm going to call it, through 4. And then skip 5, go to 6. And then watch any of the newer Trek. You're going to go feel like, what the flip. Let alone if you go and watch TNG, DS9, and yes, for the love of God, Voyager, and then Enterprise. It's like Star Wars. We used to think the prequels were horrendous and weak and piss poor. Hayden Christensen used to get hate for how he acted, even though that's the way he was told to play the character. Yet now, Star Wars fans look at Hayden Christensen and go, dude, you rock. We didn't know how good we had it with Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who. Now we know. Now we look back and go, holy shit. The prequels we may not have loved every bit of. Midichlorians and crap. But for the love of God, compared to all the Disney Star Wars, yes, all the Disney Star Wars, including the one you're thinking of that was kind of good, all the Disney Star Wars, the prequels look like Emmy Award-winning, Golden Globe-winning movies. And you look at Hayden Christensen and go, dude, you rock. You are the Jedi Knight. I mean, jeez. So, yeah. Compared to Darth Vader compared to you-know-who. The takes his helmet off and cries and goes, I'm a Herod. Oh, my God. Sorry, I'm trying to... This is what happens when you don't sleep enough and get too much caffeine. All right, let's see. Hey, Jax, I see you. Good job. Yeah. All right. Sorry, guys. I got a problem here. My chat froze up. I don't know what that was. There we go. Thank you, YouTube. I'll move the screen here in a sec. Just this picture just pisses me off. How is that Star Trek? Stop it. I will lay and hold hands. Aren't we just cute? We are so cute. Good grief. Even though Beta's a girl, I wouldn't kick out of bed, even though they got the Betazoids wrong. All right. So we'll just start. We'll put this one up for now. As I keep talking, maybe. There we go. All right. They had to do it at the Academy. So many Kobayashi Maru storylines. Yeah, but they didn't have to do it at the Academy. They could have done, was it Star Trek Legacy that people were trying to get going? It's funny. When you remove the right people from Star Trek, you get Picard Season 3. Season 1 and 2 were not as bad as Starfleet Academy. But, you know what? IP things better than Picard Season 1 and 2. Season 3 was freaking good. You get the right people and you get that. And I believe it was Star Trek Legacy or something they wanted to do, but the powers that be, you know who, won't allow it. Because he wanted Starfleet Academy. Oh, F me. Since Firefly is now owned by Disney, oh. You know how much that hurts? My wife actually introduced me to Firefly. And I'm a sci-fi nut. I love Firefly. By the way, if you ever watch it, please, for the love of God, look up the proper order of the series. The DVD set isn't in the proper order. At least most of them. There is, I believe, 2 sets out that have a proper order. The order that it was supposed to be viewed was screwed up by Fox, which made it disjointed and weird, And most of the DVD sets have it out of order. Yeah, we'll move on after Starfleet Academy now. By the way, Swamp Rat, good segue. Firefly's one of my favorites. If you've ever seen in the distance in the background, Grammy, I have the Serenity ship from Firefly on an original art poster or a picture done by an original artist who worked on the series. I have a couple things like that around here, including a G.I. Joe Cobra original art by the guy who worked on that. I love going to some of these things and finding the original artists. Firefly, owned by Disney, makes me hurt. The Firefly series coming out as a animated series hurts me. And I believe it's, I can't remember his name. Dave Cullen show. Not Dave Cullen. Let's go here. Hang on a sec. He did a video on it lately, and he talked about how let me see if I can find. I think it's this one. I think it is Dave Cullen show. But he talked a little bit a while ago about the new Firefly reboot. And he actually liked that they're rebooting it as a animated series. He says it because it gives them separation and go, well, if it's bad, they go, well, it's not really part of canon. I find it abysmal anyway because I find it lazy. Firefly was built on character, not the graphics and everything else. The people in it, the characters, the universe, the way it looked, the way it felt, the way it sounded, the way they talked, the way they looked. Even the movie Serenity so captured that. If you never watched Serenity, you must. Serenity is one of the best ever sci-fi movies to finish off a sci-fi series in history. Yep, I will take the heat for that. Serenity is beautiful. If you've never seen it, you gotta watch it. It captures the feel, look, and emotion of the original series perfectly. And it leaves an opening to continue it. As an animated, it isn't gonna feel the same. It won't give you the same emotional impact. Seeing an animated version of the same character, I don't care if it's voiced by the same people, it isn't the same. Anybody who says it is. If a show starts out as an animated series, fine. But if it starts out as live action and is considered one of the best series, sci-fi series in history, you do not go animated. It's lazy and you will not get the feeling of the original. Nathan Fillion, we need him. Alan Tudyk, sorry if I say his name wrong. All the rest, you must have it. Summer Glau, I think is her name. You must have those people. Not animated versions. As much as I like the Clone Wars, there's still something missing compared to the Star Wars movies. So the Firefly reboot, one, it's lazy because it's a reboot. It should be a continuation with a slightly older Nathan Fillion. Slightly older Summer Glau. You name it, all of them. I mean, my God, you know who looks really good still. She does a shitload of movies looking hot. Yeah, and I say you know who because I forgot her name at the moment. My fifth Biden moment of the stream. Even Black Rifle can't keep that brain cell working. But yeah, come on. These people look good, but slightly aged. They would be epic in a continuation of the series. Not a reboot, not a prequel, continuation. And it deserves it. So Swamp Rat, thank you. Firefly is beautiful, and I know I'm behind, guys. Think of the possible triple antics there could be at the Academy. Oh, no. No. The Tribbles would outsmart every single... Sorry. The Tribbles would outsmart every one of these people. Everyone. And by the way, if you guys haven't checked out Dave Cullen's videos, please do. He's been one of my longtime favorites. He has a couple different channels, but Dave Cullen's show, I believe, is the best of his channels. He is epic. He's been able to say same avatar for a long time. But he is epic. It's quiet, understated, a lot less emotion than I put into them. Videos. So yes, please check out the David Cullen channel. You will find enjoyment there. And I have no problem touting other channels. Because I know I'm probably one of the top 5 worst streamers online. Alright, let me catch up with you guys. Once again, I know I'm behind, but anybody's ever followed me back on my old channels, Exploring with CF and all the others, you know that I will get behind because I want to read your chats. I liked the Enterprise better than Voyager DS9. I liked Enterprise better than Voyager, totally, and DS9 the first 2 seasons. So I can agree with, you know what, Swamp Rat? We're on that. See through here, Professor Khan. Why'd that back up? That's weird. I thought you saw Jax, who got down. Space transmitted disease. Don't even. Oh, Swamp Rat, don't even get me going, buddy. Ugh. Swamp Rat, Robot Chicken. Oh, dude, you know, I've known you a long time, man. Long time. By the way, me and Swamp Rat did a channel some years back called Tough Topics. And you know what? We did good. It was me and 2 New Zealanders, guys. And we had some good chats. Even though Swamp Rat got in trouble with his own mother on that. Woof. His own mom didn't talk to him for, what was it, 1 to 2 months? Something like that? Yeah, probably shouldn't have done the religion discussion. But yeah, Robot Chicken, man. That is a good old show. You go back and watch that still and you just... one of the best shows they made. I did hilarious Spock meeting future Spock. Then meeting future trans Spock. Oh, no. No. I remember that. Ugh. Don't do that to me. Season 3 Halloween special. Cadets use a Ouija board to contact Captain Pike. Duh. Jay Watterson. Don't say that shit out loud. I swear to God, if that jackass involved in Star Trek hears you say Christopher Pike, yeah, he's going to think you love Strange New Worlds. And he's going to push for season 20. Don't do that. Mal, not Hal. What did I miss? What did I miss, Swamp Rat? Oh, did someone retract? Is that the retracted message, Swamp Rat? There's one that got retracted. I think Starfleet can improve by showing a Klingon Ferengi kid to see some elephant ears. Oh, elf ears. Dude, that's the other thing with the new Starfleet Academy. You want to talk the insane forced diversity. Or as Critical Drinker would say, made for modern audiences. For the love of God, I got to get a stinger with him on here where I just hit a button. Modern audiences. Oh my God. They not only have one of every color. Let's see if I can find that again. Look at this shit. They got to get one of every tonnage stuffed in here. Oh, shut up. Your ad blocker is on, is it? I'm running a VPN. But look at these people. They got to get little mixes of everything in here. Do people realize, and I'm going to talk to you leftards, you realize aliens may not have the diversity of Earth? In fact, the likelihood is most alien species will not have the diversity of Earth. Think of that. What if they're all green? That's it. They're all green with blue hair. You're going to be pissed. They not only mix this shit in, but you got half Jem'Hadar, half Klingon, and you got a bunch of half this, half that don't make no sense. The very fact is, and they discuss this in other Star Trek episodes, other Star Trek series, that certain species couldn't mate because their genetics didn't mix. But oh no, now they went super diverse. Not only shoved, let's see, white chick, Hispanic, this chick a little Asian. We don't know what the retarded hologram is. We got it all. Got the Browns man here in the Klingon. But not only that, they even got diverse in who is screwing who in the Star Trek universe. Boy, that rhymed. Ultimate in diversity, stupidity, craziness. Let it go. All right, let me catch up here a little bit. Summer Glau was a Terminator. Some people love the Terminator TV show, the Sarah Connor Chronicles. I had a dislike relationship with that show. I don't think it was needed. I'm not saying the movies did epic, but Terminator 1, Terminator 2, beautiful. Terminator 2, best Terminator movie. Terminator Salvation, also good. Terminator 3, Everything after Terminator Salvation, screw that. Mariner Baccarin, thank you. Yeah, Jules State. I had a thing for Jules State for a long time. She's got a very cute face, but Marina Baccarin, even watching her in the Greenland movies, I was like, damn, don't go the Sheriff TV series. That is feminist tardism. She can beat up 285-pound men, yeah! Girls, get it done. Oh, shit. But Marina Baccarin is insanely hot. And she's still gorgeous. And dude, if you go look at goddamn Malcolm Reynolds, he is doing good. Yes, I know that's his character name. But damn, Nathan Fillion is looking good still. A lot of these characters, Jules State's in good enough shape. A lot of them are in good enough shape to go and do the series. Do a reboot. Not a reboot, a continuation. Yes, Alan Tudyk, you're screwed because you died, but the rest can do it. But the problem is, could they do a proper continuation of Firefly? I don't know. That's why I've heard rumblings of looking at a reboot of Babylon 5, and I'm like, no. Or a remake, reboot, whatever, of Big Trouble in Little China, one of my favorite movies of all time. Do not. Yeah, Gina Torres was good. But Marina Baccarin, damn. That was her character complex, but wow. Dude, I'm sure you guys have all seen Serenity, the movie. Tell me they didn't not only keep the characters, but really nuance them out better. Especially hers. Everything, they really stuck to keeping it so Firefly-esque. And that movie was badass. When you find out what they did, covering up the planet, the experiment they did on the people. Oh! And how, it's just what they did, how they, wow. And what's his name? The bad guy in that. That guy made his career off that movie. He played a good bad guy. All right. Yeah, Marina Baccarin, though, man. That chick, she could go back to doing Firefly now, and you would barely notice. She is just born with amazing genetics. Think of all the possible baby Yoda. Oh. Swamp Rat brings me up, and Jay Watterson pulls me back down. Dude, I find that painful. You know, young John Connor had to check the Terminator's chassis a few times. Swamp Rat. I expect better, man. All right. It's essential to watch Serenity after Firefly, like watching Farscape Peacekeeper Wars after Farscape ends. Yeah, thank you, NBC Universal. When NBC Universal bought Sci-Fi Channel, they screwed into the ground Stargate, they ended Stargate SG-1, and they scrapped Farscape. 3 of the best series, and actually, if you look back, highest rated across cable and network at the time. They said, nah, we're done. The fuck? The hell you guys thinking? They said, nope, we're done. They even had the sets for Farscape torn apart within a matter of 5 days. So when they did Peacekeeper Wars, they had to rebuild everything. NBC Universal sucks. Sci-Fi Channel has never, ever been the same as it was in the late 90s, early 2000s. Never. They've never had anything as big as Stargate since. Good job, NBC Universal. Stargate Atlantis was near the top of cable and broadcast network shows of the time. And they said, nope, we're going to stop. The shit? NBC is stupid. They're as dumb as General Motors. General Motors, who has the Cyclone, Sonoma pickup trucks and Blazers, and goes, yeah, we have tons of people want to buy these and waiting lists, but we're gonna stop making it. Yeah, GM does that. Look that shit up. All right. Farscape, the Peacekeeper Wars, though, the difference is Serenity was as good as Farscape. Serenity was as good as Firefly, but the Peacekeeper Wars was not as good as Farscape. Marina Baccarin is Deadpool. Woo. Yeah, that's pretty hot. All right, let's move on a little bit and talk about this funness. The new Harry Potter Snape. The very fact that this show is going to take a major character and race swap them, which is going to make them have to change the rest of the story for that character. There's no way they're going to show Harry's dad hanging Black Snape or messing with him. They're going to change the story hugely. They've already admitted they're going to change it a lot. Not just because of ghetto Snape. But I love this total remake right here. This is hilarious. I mean, come on, look at this. This is amazing. I will get you, Harry Potter. I mean, come on. This is stupid. If you are going to take a major character described multiple times in the Harry Potter books and do this, then I am not going to be thinking you're going to be following the rest of canon or the characters or the storyline really well. I am looking to see this series be like Star Trek, Starfleet Academy. Sorry, it's not Star Trek, it's Starfleet Academy. And or the Acolyte, that have a small, loyal viewership of absolute retards. If you like it, you be you. But I'm sorry, it's stupid. A small loyal fandom of absolute retards. And after probably the first half of the first season, the viewership's going to drop like a rock. My guesstimate. It's not going to do epic if they're going to change it. Harry Potter is pretty recent. It's not like Star Trek, the original series from the 60s. Dude, Harry Potter is pretty recent. You are really poking that bear. Screwing with Harry Potter. And it's funny how the race swaps never seem to go the other way. I'm just saying. Where is my Ryan Gosling as Black Panther? By the way, I know he's not here, but thank you to Rad. Rad told me that, yeah, I gotta go see, Project Hail Mary. So I'm trying to talk the wife, a couple friends into go seeing it. We don't see much in a theater because it's a little pricey, but everybody's telling me it's good. But yeah, we're going to talk a little about Harry Potter. And I'm going to ask, are you a Harry Potter fan? Are you not? I'm a Harry Potter light fan. Yes, I did read the books once. I have seen the movies more than once. I'm not as into lore. My wife has a friend. You know who you are if you ever see this. She has got a whole Harry Potter room. Not making fun of her. Look at my den. She is huge into Harry Potter. I mean, I think her underwear is Harry Potter. This is too recent. They're screwing with it too much. There's too many people of young to moderate age are going to go F you. I don't think this is going to go well. I think if they start screwing with it beyond Black Snape, and by the way, the one that doesn't get a lot of love or talking about is Hispanic Hermione. She's described in the books too. Me, as a light Harry Potter fan, a total tard nugget and jackwagon to Harry Potter, I go, wait, that's not how they described Hermione. That's not her. But now we have to have a Mary Jane Watson. Look how they changed her. Sorry. If you're a longtime Spider-Man fan like I am, you know what MJ looks like. Now we have to MJ Hermione. But so Snape isn't the only one. They've race swapped 2 of the major characters. I do not think this is going to work. And by the way, the original cast of Harry Potter, the movies, I'm not sure you can get much better, whether on purpose or on accident. When perfection hits, almost perfection, yes, I know. Some people go, it didn't follow the books perfectly. No TV show or movie, because of the difference of the medium, can follow the books perfectly of any book series. Get over it. There's always going to be little differences. But like Lord of the Rings, the Jackson movies, epic. They are still considered, while they're not perfect through Tolkien's works, still considered some of the best movies in history. The Harry Potter films are extremely good. Even though I'm a light Potter fan, I can watch it. They're extremely good. The cast is beautiful. Everything on purpose or on accident came together well. Screwing with it is dumb. This is Star Trek Strange New Worlds. That's what this is. Stop screwing with stuff. I don't think it's going to do well. And what are we going to do when we get to Harry Potter's dad hanging Snape? Or bullying Snape? Or when Snape does something untoward with another female. With a female. Not another female, but a female. A white female. Ooh, can't have the Browns man doing that. They're gonna have to change the story to be politically correct because they put themselves in a box to be politically correct. They said, well, we gotta have us a Browns character in a place there wasn't one. No, you don't. When I watch a Blade movie, dude, Blade, Wesley Snipes. By the way, screw you assholes who say Black Panther's the first Marvel black superhero. Screw you. Blade is Marvel. Look it up. Wesley Snipes as Blade is, love it. I think the first movie was gorgeous. Second movie, it was good, not great. I loved the third movie. There is never gonna be a better Blade than Wesley Snipes. Do not race swap. Blade was always black. But you never see a white, once again, sorry, Ryan Gosling, throw you under the bus. A Ryan Gosling Blade. I'd be just as pissed. It's not a race thing to a point. The character was written this way, looks this way. Don't fuck with it for political correctness or modern audiences. Just leave it alone. Stop it. Nobody wanted a black Snape. My God, that is Snape. And you're not going to beat this man's performance. Esiadu is not going to beat it. I don't care how good an actor he is. Besides, even look at these pictures. This is not Snape. The dress is wrong. The look is wrong. He's got to be smoldering in his look. As a Harry Potter light fan, even I'm going, F off. This is stupid. This is Snape. This is pretty close to what a few friends that are deep into Harry Potter say is closer. And even when he was less clean than this, the more mousy haired look, the dirtier look, his clothes not as primped, that was Snape. And even if you don't like, if you think the books were better, yes, I get it. Dude, the cast of the Harry Potter movies is as good as you're gonna get in movie form. Just like the Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings movies. And screwing with it is stupid. And I still think first half of the first season going to have decent ratings and it's going to drop like a rock. That's just me. But let's get over and see what you guys think. And a lot of the way, I don't know if you've seen a lot of the rest of the characters. A lot of the rest of the characters are looking a little effed. Hey, look, somebody did do it. The new Harry Potter series is exactly what we thought. Yeah. Snape. Hermione. Or MJ. Yeah, a lot. I'm a huge comic book person. I still got boxes under my desk. I paid for the lawyer. I bought my house without a realtor. I paid for lawyer's fees and down payment by selling a lot of my comics. God, I miss them. So my biggest one was Spider-Man. My second was Iron Man. That is not MJ. And this is not Hermione. The books describe Hermione. The books describe Snape. This is not either of these people. So what do you think they will do to the story if they will bastardize two of the main characters? And besides, no matter what you think of Daniel Radcliffe, I'm not trying to make a joke here. When I watched the trailer for the new Harry Potter series, I'm not going by Alpha Fox's post here. I actually honestly had a problem figuring out in the hair cutting scene if that was a boy or a girl. And there's a lot of people coming out saying, if you watch this, you are all for trans genocide. Who's trans? So is this a boy or a girl? It really frigged. Go watch the Harry Potter series trailer. You will look, if you look objectively at this person, you go, is that a boy or a girl? Is that on accident? But Alpha Fox says Harry Potter in the new HBO series looks gay and retarded. Huh. And also the lighting. Once again, like I say in Star Trek, the newer Star Trek series, somebody, for love of fuck, turn on a light switch. Look at the lighting difference. This isn't messed with. Look at the lighting differences. I don't care about the characters. Lighter? Look at the backgrounds behind Radcliffe. You got a pattern, something to remember, something that pops. Look behind this kid. You got piss poor nothing. Look behind, I forgot his name. But look at him, once again, you have a background, a bright window, trim. Look behind this kid. Boo. Look behind Hermione. Once again, bright window, good trim. You have not just her face, but background to see. Plus the hair is a little messy. If I remember from the books right, like I said, I read them once. She was just a little unkempt at the ends of the hair. Might be reading too much of that, but look at it here again. Nothing to remember. It is lazy. Nowhere near as good. I don't think this is going to do as well. Harry Potter, he was a thin man with sallow skin. HBO's version. If you will shit on main characters like this and like this, you will not follow the story. And Harry Potter people are young enough. I don't think it's going to go well. Let me catch up here. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to go with the caffeine and my adrenaline right now. My voice is starting to crack pretty hard. All right. Let me catch up here. Whoa, my chat just did something weird. I've seen somewhere Hagrid is going to be replaced with Gorlax the Destroyer. Ah! Well, he's a proper ending to the series. Yes. Peacekeeper Wars was a proper ending to the series. Speaking of proper ending to a series, I'm sorry, I'm going to really do probably about, not a 180, probably a 270 on here. The original Dungeons and Dragons cartoon from the 80s. There was an ending episode written by the original creator. It's called Requiem. You can find it on YouTube. Go watch it. It gives you an ending to the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon TV series. You may or may not agree with, but it does give you an ending. If you watch that, go look up Requiem and watch it and let me know what you think. Comment below later if you watch it. I had some problems with the ending, with Presto and everything. And the others, I don't want to give much away. Let me know what you think about what Bobby did. Let me know. If you happen to watch Requiem for the old Dungeons & Dragons. But yes, it is rare, Swamp Rat, we get the ending to a series. And I will say this. Since the series had been over a while, all the sets struck, Peacekeeper Wars is still pretty damn good. Always bring weird shows like Lex. Don't fuck with me, man. I love Lex. Besides, that chick gave me the squirmies, but Lex is great. It is the right amount of insane and beautiful that you need. I loved Lex. I introduced my wife to that, and she loves it. She's not a big sci-fi person. Lex is great. Dude, you gain more respect, even though I've known you for so long now. God dang, man, step up that level of respect. Lex is great. It's goofy. It's kitschy. It can be weird as frig. It can make you go, at times. But it's so good. I love Lex. Jay Waters never got into Harry Potter. Well, neither did I, buddy. But, like I said, I read the books once, and I've watched the movies a couple times. Personally, I'm a Harry Potter light fan. I like the movies better. The books, to me. They were okay. I liked them, but I like the movies better. I'm not saying you gotta be a fan of everything. Yeah, there are people that are fans of Doctor Who that hate Star Trek. You know? But right now, Star Wars, Star Trek, and Doctor Who fans all have something in common, don't they? Your franchises are killed. It's a saying, YouTube. Don't come after me for the ending yourself shit again like you did one time. YouTube sent me a thing. We were disturbed by your wording. If you need help, call the SUICIDE hotline at blah, blah, blah. Or contact YouTube and we can help you. I shit you not. Because of my idiotic, dumbass wording. Yeah. Dude, Lex is a great show. Wait till you see the new Quidditch. No. Jay Watterson, the new Quidditch might be about, what's your gender? Or, where's the broomstick hidden? Ew. I'm worried. It's the Snow White effect. You mean Snow Brown? I mean, I know I haven't done a lot of pop culture on this channel. You know, it's in my, about. But what? The very fact that a movie called Snow White, where it's listed because her skin is white as snow, the fact that got through committee after committee, after board of directors after board of directors, director after director, whatever, to get filmed makes you cry for humanity. Not America, humanity in general. Jesus, for the love of holy, back into my tennis shoe. The fact that got filmed with a Hispanic retard. Dude, that's like making, once again, sorry, Ryan Gosling as Don Quixote. Stop it. My gosh. Just absolutely stupid. Or using white folks, a white person, in the Martin Luther King Jr. story. My God. White Panther. Come on. You know, we had clothes. We had Pink Panther. Elf needed a proper ending. The subsequent TV movies didn't do it for me. Dude, let me tell you. Jay Watterson. Dude, you kill me sometimes. This is, and I have no type of problem wandering since I'm barely awake. This is something I always loved. You guys remember this? Elf, the animated series. I don't know if you guys saw this. It's actually pretty epic. Have you guys seen this thing? Sorry, I haven't checked Rumble in a while. Hey, welcome to the 2 viewers on Rumble. Once again, probably why I'm going to start streaming to Kick. I am as crappy as Swamp Rat said, dude, you need to get a god dang timeline. You need to do things more regular. Sorry, my life is, I'm not, a full-time YouTuber. I actually have other stuff to do. Now, if I was good enough to be making a living off YouTube, sure. But I'm not. I'm a jackass that fixes cars. And right now has a family stuff going on. Add that my own health stuff in. I'm not shy about it. I have cystic fibrosis. But add all that in, it's hard to keep a schedule. But if you've ever seen Alf the Animated Series, I find Alf the Animated Series actually better than Alf. It is really creative. So, Jay Watterson, you score a bonus point right there. I'm wondering where the golden snitch gets hidden off the... don't do that. God dang, Swamp Rat. Don't do that. I saw some of the Alf cartoon. I actually did not like the Alf cartoon back in the day. And then I went and watched it about 3-4 years ago. And I'm sitting there going, shoot, what was wrong with me? This is actually very creative. It's simple storylines, but it's really creative. Really, if you look at the little jokes in there, they really put some effort into that. It's like, the original He-Man series and even the 90s, or slightly like 2000 anime He-Man series. Good stuff. Not the Kevin Smith horrendousness. But no, Alf the Anime Series, if you haven't watched it, go watch it with an open mind and pay attention as an adult. It really is well written. Think about the way they ended Dinosaurs, the TV show. I'll be honest, Swamp Rat. Dinosaurs is one of my favorite sitcoms of all time. I still quote it to my wife all the time. When our dogs all prefer her, which I like, because nobody will flip with my wife. With a 57-pound half husky, half Weimaraner Gracie, with a 77-pound super mutt Gemma, and 102-pound Chesapeake Bay Retriever Riker, nobody will mess with my wife. They choose her. But yeah, I make fun and go, not the mama, not the mama. Dinosaurs is epic. Yes. Ooh, you can say, it's just a sitcom with dinosaur costumes. So what? It's fun. Adds a different layer. They can change the jokes. Add a different slant to the storylines. Dinosaurs was epic. And I don't know, Swamp Rat, I didn't much care for the ending myself, bud. That show, funny thing is, if you go back and look, that show, I believe, was in the top 5 when ABC decided to cancel it. Told you guys I'm a pop culture nerd. I'm a dumbass. I have a Batman and Robin movie poster behind me here. I have a Batman movie tumbler that's this big. Back there you can't see. Yeah. I have an Anakin Skywalker 32-ounce cup figure back there as a Roadrunner lunchbox. Yeah, I'm that guy. And for those of you who've seen my full room or part of it, yeah, you know. Dinosaurs was a good show. Alfalfa the cartoon. Was it Alfalfa? I don't think it was Alfalfa. I think it was Little Rascals cartoon. I'll tell you what. The late 70s throughout the 80s was cartoon beautifulness on Saturday mornings. And it was in the after school hours. I know some channels on YouTube will show He-Man and G.I. Joe in the Saturday morning lineups. It never was. He-Man, G.I. Joe, She-Ra, and some others. Marsupilami, DuckTales, Tailspin, a lot of those. Those were all afternoon cartoons after school, not Saturday morning. And they're still some of the best. He-Man, Masters of the Universe. My ringtone on my phone is He-Man. I have the power. I swear to you it is. Yep. I have a friend of mine who was in the military. His ringtone is G.I. Joe. Yep, I'm that guy. I am that guy. I also have Brave Star on my phone as a ringtone for a friend. Yep. But yeah, I remember Little Rascals, Richie Rich, and Scooby-Doo, I think were in the same show on ABC. Cartoons are something kids don't get these days that were good. A lot of the cartoons, they are kind of retarded. What's left? All right. We can thank years of useless executives for thinking great shows are horrible. Yes, 100%. Land Before Time animated series on CBS. Yes. Now, Swamp Rat. There was also a Land Before Time unanimated series. I can't remember what channel. It might have been ABC or NBC. It was actually pretty good. Let me see. I'm trying to find out here. It was, I said live action. There was one. It was like Land Before Time or Land of the Lost or something. Land of the Lost. I shouldn't Land of the Lost. That's what it was. Welcome to watching me try to type around my microphone. Yeah, had this. Right here. This. This was epic. The complete Land of the Lost. This is like late 70s, early 80s. It ran a lot through the 80s or the end of the cartoon blocks. It was fun. The lizard-looking guys were called the Slee Stacks, I think. Something about Land Before Time. Are you actually talking about the Land Before Time series, or are you talking about Land of the Lost? Land Before Time was the dinosaurs. Land of the Lost is this one. Saturday morning cartoons were great. Weekend specials, yes. There are channels that do Saturday morning cartoons. Orbital Bacon is one. I watch them, and also, oh crap. There's another channel. It's a father-daughter team. Oh shoot, I watch them a lot. Hang on, because they should be promoted. Once again, I don't get anything out of it, but I think they are epic. Hang on. Give me a second here. Subscriptions, boom. No, I want all my subscriptions. Hang on. It is Mone Media. Mone Media. M-O-N-E Media is another good one. If you like Saturday morning cartoons, once in a little flashback. And it is, oh, for the love of crap. I feel so bad that I forgot their name because I watched them. My wife likes them too. Saturday morning media is good. I know, I'm just saying them out loud. Oh, for the love of crap. I feel so bad I forgot their name. So I watch them a lot. I even talk to some people in the chat. Not Saturday Planet, which is another good one. Yeah, feel free to stare at me and laugh. But my voice starts to sound rough even to me. I'm really fighting hard to keep it going. Oh, come on. This is stupid. It is not there. Oh, it's here somewhere. Saturday morning cartoon max out. That's it. Go look at Saturday Morning Cartoon Max Out. Though that's a father-daughter team, they do epic. Hang on. They are great if you like that stuff. Gosh darn it. Yeah. Yeah. Saturday Morning Cartoon Max Out. Boom. This channel. Dude, they will give you some good stuff. They even throw some old school. We're talking Rowdy, Roddy, Piper, Junkyard Dog in sometimes at the end of the stream. But yeah, go watch them. The father-daughter team is excellent. Dude, I tell you what, I wish more parents would do something like this with their kid. Kids these days don't get the time to just watch good cartoons. These people do great streams. Once again, I get nothing. I don't give a rat's butt who I promote or don't. But I do watch them. As you can see, I am subscribed. This is my wrong channel, but if I go to one of my other channels, let's see if it shows it. This one. It should show it. Hang on. I will prove you I am subscribed. There. See? Didn't have to finish. Watch this. It's going to show subscribed. Boom. Right there. Subscribed. So I do watch them. Also, another goes Monet Media. But yeah, if you like the good Saturday, the really good 70s to early 90s cartoons, go watch them. Another one is, geez Louise. Another good channel right here. Once again, I am subscribed, as you can see. Not making shit up, saying it. Monet Media. Or Moan Media. I say Monet, but anybody that, kind of does a fun thumbnail with Thundar the Barbarian. But no, there's a lot of good stuff on his channel, too. So if you like that stuff, go check him out. And I hit a button on my gaming mouse. There we go. All right, let me catch up with you guys. Yeah, Saturday morning cartoons were great. And I feel very bad the kids these days don't get that. Hell, I feel bad parents don't get that. It's the one day of the week my parents said, don't bother us. Let us sleep in. You go eat your cereal and watch cartoons. It's the one time they didn't care if we watched 3 or 4 hours of TV. It was like a live action show, yeah. Land Before Time was good. You mean Land of the Lost? Flathead was a slur in the Land of the Lost TV show. Yes, it was. It was. That was a part of the Croft Superstar shows. Dude, Jay Watterson. Not a lot of people ever heard that. Yes. I didn't know that till about 4 or 5 years ago. I was like, what? Agent R Puff and stuff. Oh, all right. You ready for this? Hold on to yourself. If you're standing, sit. If you're sitting, grab onto the arms of that chair. The Great Space Coaster. Yeah. Ah. I like Deputy Dog. Yeah. Heathcliff. Dude. Heathcliff. No one should. And something the neighborhood. Terrorize the neighborhood. Yes. Also the Junkyard Cats. The had Riff Raff as a leader. I'll tell you what, as a cat, Cleo with them leg warmers, she was looking pretty fine. Yep. I watched all that. I grew up sitting in, and I have no problem saying it, but University of Iowa hospitals and clinics with my lungs. I'd be in there and had the adjustable bed raised. Dude, those beds used to go so high you could almost touch the ceiling. I would be sitting there watching USA Cartoon Express. And I didn't have cable at home. So when I was in the hospital, that was my one bonus. I could watch 3 to 5 hours, depending on the day, of cartoons. Loved it. Got my IV in. Yeah, I got IV scars. Those are PICC line scars. I was sitting at University of Iowa hospitals and clinics as a kid or young teen watching my USA Cartoon Express and loving my Heathcliff, my Ghostbusters, my Brave Star. Yeah, baby. It was great. So one good thing about being in the hospital, I had cable. Heathcliff was, the alter ego of Garfield, yeah. Eek! Eek the cat. Also, Marsupilami and Freakazoid. But I still say, if you've seen my shirt, DuckTales, the original. Tailspin. Oh. And Rescue Rangers. Chip and Dale. Rescue Rangers. And I'm going to ask you guys in the chat, what was the final one of that era? We had Tailspin, Rescue Rangers, Marsupilami, and there was one more biggie. Not DuckTales, one more. May not be quite as big, but let me know if you remember it. Let's just say DW. DW. Jason of Star Command. Oh, you guys suck. Jason of Star Command and the original Shazam. Shazam was the word. Shazam was the code word. But what was his real name? Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel was a guy. Oh, yeah. He said Shazam, but he was Captain Marvel. Jason of Star Command is still fun. Had Wiki, the little robot, and had James Doohan in it. Yes. Wonderbug, I don't know if I remember that one. Jason of Star Command and Shazam, yes. Sharky the Shark Dog. The Great Space Coaster. Get on board the Great Space Coaster. We'll explore. It sticks in there. I have what in the past I've been told, I have a partially verbatim memory. Some stuff sticks. I don't get to choose what. It's weird. You gotta see you almost want to do a computer clean out on my head because everything is so messed up in there. Sharky the Shark Dog. Herculoids. With Gloop, Gleep, Zoc. Dude, I loved Zoc. The flying lizard guy with the laser eyes. Oh, loved Zoc. Herculoids and, come on, if you know Herculoids, you know what I'm about to say. Space Ghost. I need a Space Ghost shirt. I don't have a Space Ghost shirt. Dude, shirts like this I don't buy a lot of because they are pricey. But if you want to send me a Space Ghost shirt, send me a size medium or L. LyonsNWS6@gmail.com. I'll wear it on the stream. I know, I'm a tiny channel. Like I'm worth your money, trust me. And I'm not bad about that. Once again, like Swamp Rat says, get a schedule. I wish. But yeah, Herculoid, Space Ghost. Then they had the Space Ghost Herculoids when they redid it in the 80s. And the Teen Titans. Yeah. I know we're off topic, but I don't care. This time of night, I can do whatever I want. Scrooge McDuck. DuckTales. Oh. Like I said, I got a DuckTales shirt. Yeah, DuckTales. Dude, Disney used to have some good stuff. Good stuff. The, was it late 80s, early 90s DuckTales was just, you are hard pressed to find a better cartoon. It is that good. Darkwing, there you go. There you go, Swamp Rat got it. DW. Darkwing Duck. Another good one. Spider-Man, ho, ho, ho. Jay Watterson. You are a strange creature, my friend. Yes, the Electric Company's Spider-Man. Back when Sesame Street was good. And trust me, I went and looked at the recent Sesame Streets, and HBO Max, which I have, has all from the beginning of the old Sesame Streets. You go to about the 80s, 80s were the best. 80s to early 90s. Compared to today's Sesame Street, today's Sesame Street sucks. It does. It's all about diversity and political correctness and stupid shit. Go look at the 80s to 90s Sesame Street. Epic. But yes, the Electric Company Spider-Man little bits they shoved in. Oh. And wasn't the Electric Company right after Sesame Street back in the day? Yeah. Damn, Jay Watterson. I think my brother from another mother. Hell, I don't even know if you're a guy for sure. Could be Jenny Watterson. I don't know. Blue Falcon with Dynamite. Yes. Or, what was the other one? Oh. Shoot. I'm having a brain fart. The one with Astro. Astro on the Dino. Oh. It's got Astro in it. Where he's a superhero with, what's his name? Was that Blue Falcon? That wasn't Dynamite. That was, oh, come on. You guys know. Captain Caveman. For some reason, that made me laugh almost as much as El Kabong. Somebody remember that? El Kabong, Kabong. Astromut, thank you. Yes. Yes. I always said that Scooby-Doo and Astro were related. Astro's like Scooby-Doo's great grandson. Yes. Something in Astromut or something. Yes. It's like something in Astromut. Great, now I gotta find out. Oh, come on. No. Oh. Ah. Wow, if I could spell. Oh, for the love of God. We all know what I'm trying to show. It's got the guy in it in the Astromut. Shoot. The Wacky Races, yeah, that's even older. I was more of a late 70s throughout the 80s, early 90s cartoon person. I think near the end was Cadillacs and Dinosaurs poster right there. I have a actual Cadillacs and Dinosaurs poster. And Exo Squad. That's about where I dipped out. Get you some of those frozen dog treats, Astromut. Yeah. Oh, come on. Ugh. It's like something in the Astromuts or something. Hang on. Here it is. Here it is. Boom. That one. Astro and the Space Mutts. There we go. Oh, shoot. There we go. Dipper, Cosmo, Space Ace, and Astros. There we go. Space Ace. They called it Space Ace and the Astro Mutts. It was Astro and the Space Mutts. I believe it was Space Ace and the Astro Mutts. They got it wrong. I believe it was Space Ace and the Astro Mutts. Yeah. So, yeah, we're off topic here, but oh well. Here, let me check. Astro and the Space Mutts. Everybody's saying I'm wrong. Astro and the Space Mutts. There it is. Right there. I'm right. Space Ace and the Astro Mutts. Boom. I was right. God, it's stupid that I'm like, yeah, I showed you about that cartoon. Oof. Shows you about the two brain cells I got working. Muttley with his snicker. Oh, the... Yeah. Yep. Astro and the Space Mutts. Thank you. Actually, it's Space Ace and the Astro Mutts. I am getting way too tired for this. Space Ace and the Astro Mutts. All right, let's catch up. Last one we're going to talk about. I know I'm dying here. I know there's probably, one person on Rumble? Holy crap, there's another one on Rumble. How you doing, Rumblers? If you aren't able to chat on Rumble, please head over Lion's Den on YouTube and feel free to chat there. All right. And for those of you on YouTube, I see a couple people back there not chatting, feel free to hop in. Let us know whether you're a 70s, 80s, 90s, or even early 2000s fan. What cartoons did you love? I will tell you, anything after the 90s, I feel bad for you. Anything after about 1993, I feel bad for you. All right, I ain't got into the caffeine yet. Just waiting for the grocery store to open up. Yeah, well, Swamp Rat, you're on a different time scale than I am. Because it's 5:42 a.m. here and I've been up about 21 hours. So I am low on oxygen, high on caffeine. Yeah. Thank God my wife is upstairs on the other side of our tiny house. All right. Oh, Jay Watterson, 100%. There can be only one. I remember going to a place in Milan, Illinois when I was a kid. Well, not kid. I was able to drive. I was about 17, I believe. Let's see. 72, 14. Well, I believe I was 16. And I rented this movie, a VHS at, I shit you not, the place in Milan, Illinois called The Movie Store. You walk in and you could rent VCRs with pop-up tops. Movies. Back when movies meant something. Streaming is great, but it loses something. We don't appreciate the movies. The hunt, the social, none of it. The smell of the stores. Walked in the movie store. Feel free to look it up. See if you can find some old pictures. And send them to lionsdenws6@gmail.com or post them on lionsdenws6 on X. Movie store in Milan, Illinois. And I rented this movie one night by myself, late, gonna go home, wanted something to watch. I rented something called Highlander. And I went in and sat down in my bedroom, put in this VHS, had some food. I believe it was from Mary's in Milan. This amazing nachos Supreme, or was it Deluxe? Sat down, it was super late, it's like 1:30 a.m., popped this in, and I saw this movie, Highlander. And then I proceeded to have my jaw drop. Highlander is still, to this day, movie and soundtrack, one of my favorites of all time. There can be only one. And Connor McLeod is still the best. Duncan MacLeod is a second. But I'll tell you what, they will never beat Clancy Brown as the Kurgan. The movie was beautiful. It looked rough. It looked that just a bit of scratchy, dirty, not perfect. It was kind of kitschy. But man, oh man, what a story. It was beautiful. And my jaw dropped. I fell in love with that. I even bought the Queen soundtrack to the movie Highlander and played it in my 1985 Chevy K5 Blazer tape deck going up and down 23rd Avenue, Moline, Illinois. And when I played Street Fighter 2 at Miller Time Billiards in Moline back in the day. Yeah, I was really good at Street Fighter back then. I actually played in a tournament and won some money. That movie is epic. Let's not talk about Highlander 2 or anything after. Highlander was mwah. Highlander the series. Damn, Adrian Paul, that was good. And now they're gonna remake it. I like Henry Cavill. But the problem is, the new Highlander. I mean, this looks good. Look at this. Dude, this looks good. But I believe the, oh shit, somebody help me here. I know Jay Watterson knows it. They're using, what's his name? Come on, he was just in the Amazon movie. Come on, Guardians of the Galaxy. This is what happens when you don't sleep. Oh, come on. I don't think anybody's going to touch Clancy Brown as the Kurgan. Now, Henry Cavill, he's great. I don't think he resembles a Scottish person from the 1700s. He's too perfect. He looks like an Englishman from the 1850s, 1900s. He's too pretty. Come on. Connor McLeod is not supposed to be that pretty. Look at the era he came from. I like Henry Cavill, but they're already admitting they're going to add to and change the story. Please, for the love of God, stop. Now, since Henry Cavill's involved and he says he's a huge fan of the Highlander movie and TV series, it gives me hope that he will try to put his foot down. But look how well I worked with The Witcher. Just saying. I don't know, and I'm not... There is part of me... I don't want to get on Tim Pool's fence here. If you know who Tim Pool is, you know what I'm talking about. Half of me is looking forward to it. The other half of me is in abject terror of this. I do like the sword. It looks very original, except anybody that's a Highlander fan knows what I'm about to say. That's not his sword. Connor McLeod's sword is the what? The katana. Yeah. This is Connor McLeod's sword. Not the sword he ends up with. Not Ramirez's sword. Yeah. He ends up using Ramirez's amazing katana. Not his old sword. And unfortunately, this looks like his sword before he met Ramirez. So, this is the wrong outfit for the wrong sword. Already worrying me. Yes, I'm picking. I don't like this. Do not screw with Highlander. Once again, it's another 80s, 80s or early 90s movie or show that they feel they got to remake. Henry Cavill or not, stop it. Get a new idea. Think about this. Here we are. It's 2026. We are watching 1980s to maybe up to 1994-ish. Remakes, reboots, whatever. Okay, 2026. So let's say 40 years, let's say 35 years from now. What are we going to see reboots up from 2026? Nothing. Nothing. They're going to be abjectly empty. Unless they're going to do the 8th remake of Highlander. Or the 45th try at remaking Ghostbusters. Or, oh, God help me. If I jinx this, feel free to throw 100 pairs of flip-flops at me for this. God help us if they remake Caddyshack. Or BJ and the Bear. Find that one. Holy jeez. In 2050, they're going to have nothing to remake. They're going to have to go back to the 80s and 90s and remake remakes upon remakes. They're making nothing new or very little. They're going to have a problem because they're so vapid and empty and useless on their imagination. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? They're living off the amazing 80s and early 90s now. But nothing new is coming out. Either they will have to try to remake for the 5th time all the amazing stuff from the 80s and early 90s, or they're finally going to wake up and make something new. But I don't know. Yes, Dave Bautista. And Bautista is not Clancy Brown. Bautista's a lot shorter. Clancy Brown had the look. I don't think Dave Bautista's going to cut it. And I hope to God that Connor McLeod is not using that sword. You do not fuck with the fact he took Ramirez's sword. They're already admitting they're going to change the story, add to the story, do this with the story. No. Leave it alone. If you wanted to make something like Rogue One, something connects Highlander 1, the good Highlander, fuck 2 and 3 and the others, that connects Highlander, the movie, to Highlander, the series. Do that. Don't frig with the Highlander that is almost movie perfection. Do not. Don't screw with it, but they're gonna. Are you, question, whether you watch this live or later, are you looking forward to this? Or are you more going, oh, flip, they're going to screw up another one of my great memories? I am thinking they're going to screw up one of my great memories. All right, checking Grumble real quick. All right, thank you for stopping in, Rumblers. Might have been okay. 102 with this weird alien soul. Yeah, Swamp Rat, when they did that, supposedly the Renegade version of Highlander 2 removes the alien crap, but I watched it and it still wasn't very good. Pretty much after the first movie, you could have let it go. You go Highlander and then Highlander the series. That's all you need. You don't need any more. The Kurgan sword of the movie being able to break down was cool. Yeah, it was. And also being able to break down and still be solid. And able to fight and not come apart. Yeah. Remember BJ and the Bear? Spin-off Sheriff Lobo? Yes. I still remember the BJ and the Bear sound in my theme in my head. I used to have a BJ and the Bear poster in my bedroom as a kid. Had BJ and the Bear. Of course, BJ means something different now. Yeah. Let me see if I can find it. I think it was, let me see. Images, see if I can find out the actual poster I had as a kid. Might have been that one. Trying to see. It wasn't that one, boy, I wish. If it was this one, dude, that was when they all cab overs, that was a nice truck at the time. It was something like this. Might have been this one. It was something like this. Maybe not quite this one, but it was something like that. It was something like that. B.J. McCain, his best friend is the bear. Yep, stuck in there. It is stuck. Let me see if I can find it. Actually, I think it was this one. I think it was this one right here. I really do. I think it was that. Okay. It might have been that one. It might have been the poster I had in my room as a kid. Something like that. Yeah, Sheriff Lobo. Yep. Oh, Grizzly Adams was Sunday mornings in my area. Sunday mornings. You had Grizzly Adams. Then you had Mad Jack, old number 7, and Nakoma. Yeah. Oh, dude, that was a good show. And it's funny is Grizzly Adams was very, I don't know what you would call tame, but it was really good. It's amazing the following that show got, as tame as it was. Because if you really look back objectively, it was very light. It was very mellow. But it was really got an amazing following. I mean, jeez. And you had Uncle Jesse. Uncle Jesse. And the Amazing Bear. My God. Dan Haggerty, yep. Denver Pyle. Dude, he did 2 amazing... Man, I'm sorry, he did a lot of stuff. But he did Mad Jack, and he did Uncle Jesse. I mean, my gosh. Tell me those aren't just classic characters that everybody knows. You say Uncle Jesse, you go, yep, Dukes of Hazzard. Even today. Don Shanks, Nakoma. I love this. Bozo the Bear. Bozo. You name something that weighs like 1,000 pounds, Bozo. What the shit? What a good show. Now, talk about this chick. While you talk about truth in advertising there, Lois Red Elk. Indian woman. Ronnie Cox. Dude, that guy did amazing stuff. Beverly Hills Cop 2 and Total Recall. 2 of my favorite he was in. And Slim Pickens was in there. My God. Yeah, I remember that. Crazy. Crazy. Number 7, Burrow. That was a good show. They show Grizzly Adams on Sunday mornings on MeTV. They do this still? Because on my local NBC channel, it was WOC back in the day. Now it's KWQC. On Sunday morning, you show Grizzly Adams. Moonrunners. Dukes of Hazzard a base off it. What? Dude, Dukes of Hazzard is classic. Even Coy and Vance Duke were on it. It was classic. Dude, Dukes of Hazzard. I have some of the Dukes of Hazzard series. Dude, I used to watch every Friday night. Dukes of Hazzard was on, and then came Falcon Crest. And as a kid, I'm like, I'm off. I'm done. Was it Knots Landing and Falcon Crest were on right after Dukes of Hazzard? What a weird lineup. Moonrunners? Another good old movie, 90s. Look up Moon 44. $1975. Yeah, I can see that. Okay. There you go. Reworked years later in popular long-running series Dukes of Hazzard. Dukes of Hazzard ran for a long time, dude. Dukes of Hazzard was just stupid fun. God, Dukes of Hazzard was fun. Let's see. Dukes of Hazzard was still fun, though. Let's see. How long did that run? 79 to 85. 6 years. I will say near the end, Catherine Bach was picking up a little weight, but damn, early on. Oof. Oof. She was the original hottie. She just was. I mean, come on. We still have a saying for those shorts, the Daisy Dukes. Daisy Dukes. By the way, John Schneider has a YouTube channel. Look it up. Post some good stuff, some meh. But look it up. Crazy Cooter coming at you. Yep. Okay. Here you go. You ready? Without Googling it. What were Bo and Luke Duke's CB handles? What were their names? Yeah. Come on. And what was Daisy Duke's? Crazy Cooter was too easy. Crazy Cooter coming at you. So what was Bo and Luke's CB handle? There you go. Ooh, Incredible Hulk. The amazing Bixby. Yes. That was a good series. Was it John Bixby? I may not get his first name right. Oh. All right. Swamp Rat is scoring way too many. Aaron Gray, Wilma Deering, and Buck Rogers. First season. I have the DVD set back there. Buck Rogers, the first season was beautiful. And if they continued with that, it would have been a long-running series. It was very popular first season. The second season destroyed it. And, sorry, it's on the late Gil Gerard for that. Gil Gerard didn't like the first season. Thought it was too kitschy. It was too much based on women loving Buck Rogers. And he wanted it a little more Star Trek-y or something, traveling. No. Buck Rogers, the first season, had really good kitschiness and also angst from this guy thrown out of his own century. 500 years in the future, his wife is dead, kids are dead, everybody knew he was dead, and he had angst. He had times during the first season where he was lost, felt down, all this other stuff. It had the ups and the downs, the amazing and the bad of all of it. And then the second season came out that Gil Gerard pushed for to do it that way. He wanted those changes, and it destroyed Buck Rogers. But I do have the DVD set behind me. There were some good episodes in the second season. Very few. But as of characters, Hawk was a good character. But yes, Bill Bixby, thank you. Yeah, Buck Rogers. And the soundtrack, the theme. I saw the original Buck Rogers movie with Gil Gerard that started the series at Parkway Cinema in Moline, Illinois. They used to be right outside of South Park Mall, right where Staples is now. It was one of the first theaters in my area, the Quad Cities, that had Dolby Surround. It was a one-screen theater, but it was a huge screen, bigger than most of today's IMAX screens. Ooh, IMAX is so big. No, it's not. Showcase Cinemas in Milan had 2 or 3 screens bigger than 90% of the country's IMAX screens, and Showcase wasn't the only one in my area. There are multiples around the country. People think, "Oh, look at my IMAX screen." Dude, Showcase Cinemas in Milan, their biggest screen was 3 huge rows of seats. You went to this long slanting walkway. That screen was monstrous. It was better to sit halfway back so you could see this whole monstrous screen. IMAX. Oh, isn't that cute? Oh, everything's IMAX is so big. If you grew up and went to the movies in the 80s and had a big, nice cinemaplex in your area, you know IMAX screens today are kind of a joke. But it's big. No, it's not. Showcase Cinemas and a lot of the other brands back in the 80s had much bigger screens. Buck Rogers. First season. Epic. I have that on my phone also as a ringtone. Yep. I do switch out. that opening of the movie and the first season series hits me. I know I make jokes, but I have a Buck Rogers, it's a number 2 comic sitting right over here in a frame. Watch this. I don't lie to you guys. I have these things in a frame. That is the crap that's around me. So, yeah, I got that crap around me. All right. I only got to watch a few episodes punished for crashing a go-kart inside of a smokehouse. What the flip? Must be that could have made it. Did you ever watch Voyagers? Yes. Voyagers had the big blonde guy and the young kid traveling through time. Yes. Voyagers was a good series, canceled way before its time. It was just starting to get good. Nope. There we go. There you go, right there. Voyagers. I forgot his name. Like Phineas or something. Phineas Fogg or something. Oop, don't want to do that.
To LED lighting.
Nope. Get myself in trouble playing it. Was it like, there he is, Phineas Bogg. I was close. Phineas Bogg. Yes, good show though. Nice way to bring that up. Let me see where I'm at here. I'm at 2 hours and 12 minutes and my voice is about broke. Baywatch, Mary. Oh no. I did not hear that. They're going to remake. I am way too. No. They're really going to remake Baywatch. Well, today, won't they call it Gay Watch? Because everybody going to have to be gay. Oh my God. Tuck pouch bikinis. So they're going to shop at Target? All right. I don't know. The Henry Cavill, I don't know. I like Henry Cavill, but I will say this looks kind of good. I don't know. Now, right there, he has the katana. So I don't know why they had the original Connor McLeod sword in the promo. But that doesn't look bad. In fact, that almost looks like the same church from the series where Kurgan and Connor were talking in the church. It looks close. I don't know. I'm going to sit on that fence. I'm going to do my Tim Pool impression. I am. But Dave Bautista, especially as old as he is, sorry, and the Amazon movie he did with, oh, come on. Just lately. Jeez Louise, you think I'd know his name since he started out in Stargate Atlantis. Dave Bautista looks rough in that movie. Let's put it that way, though. And I don't know. I have hopes, but if they're going to change the story and modify it, that always makes me worry. I mean, this is Connor McLeod. I like him. He's epic. Yeah, I wish I always had that, I had that genetics. Yeah, that's great. But come on. This resembles a Scotsman from that era. Not just the clothing, but look at that face, the hair color, everything. Not so much. And hey, I'm Scotch-Irish. In fact, I'm so Scotch-Irish, and so's my wife, by the way. Look at that. That is built into my ring and even woven even worse into hers. So, and I got stuff inside showing, yeah, I'm Scotch-Irish. So, I don't know. I just have problems. I love Henry Cavill. I think he was great Superman in movies that could have been written slightly better. But tell you what, he was a good Superman. But this is Connor McLeod. I'm not sure these are going to be the same. I don't know. Worries me. Yep. I don't know. I don't know. I do love this image, though. It looks good. It looks good. I just don't think he looks... I mean, come on. His pants here look like Kurgan's pants in the 80s. Kurgan wore like parachute pants. Dude, anybody remember parachute pants? They were epic. They were. I mean, that. Look at that. That is almost sci-fi porn right there. I know, you're supposed to say that movie on YouTube. Kiss my ass, YouTube. He looks good with longer hair there. I'll give him that. He's almost too pretty. He shouldn't. A guy so hot he makes men wet should probably not be Connor McLeod. Connor McLeod was okay looking, but he wasn't a super hottie. Everybody there now today is looks maxing. Everybody's got to be amazingly hot. Stop it. He is way too pretty for so good. Oh no. Digimon Hansu. I always say his name wrong. Cast in a Highlander remake. No. What's he going to be doing? What Digimon going to do? Do Jaman Man? No. What's he going to be? Okay. Except for a few people, there weren't a lot of black people in the original Highlander for a reason. So are we going to start race swapping or adding in representation for modern audiences just for the Highlander movie to make it today? As Critical Drinker would say, for modern audiences. Oh, for the love of flip. I just don't know. I have more hopes for Henry Cavill in this movie than I do Dave Bautista or Digimon Hansu. I just don't know. I don't know. I'll agree with this. For the love of God, let this man have a good franchise and respectful to and honors the source material. Agreed. Man. F the Highlander reboot, just watch the anime. I will say this, the Highlander cartoon, not anime, the Highlander cartoon from France sucked. Alright, now here we have a problem. This is supposed to be kind of a reboot. Jeremy Irons has been cast as a villain in Highlander reboot. Jeremy Irons, even in his prime, was not a huge guy. He's kind of a little wiry dude. I recognize my own. God dang, how old is Jeremy Irons now? Jeez Louise. I don't know. Okay. If Russell Crowe, I don't know. The problem is, Sean Connery was very good, being Ramirez. His skin tone, tanned up, the look they did matched a Spaniard. Which one of these people, Djamon Hounsou, is going to be Connor McLeod's, mentor? Or Russell Crowe? It was sure as shit better not be Jeremy Irons. He's a villain. But Russell Crowe as Ramirez, I'm starting to see problems. I'm starting to see worries. Hell, I'm hoping this is going to be epic. But I got a feeling it's going to be another pale remake of the original. How about we just get a new idea? That's all I want. I mean, Henry Cavill run right here. He's dressed more like Kurgan than he is Connor McLeod here. I know I'm behind in the chat, guys, but this is insane. That looks like Kurgan. Looks like John Wick. Doesn't look like Connor McLeod. Just me. That. Oh, look at that. It's rough. It's coarse. They weren't super pretty. Look at the stitching. Look how beautiful that is. They followed the times. When you have the time travel bits, the flashbacks, they really did a good job. Even he makes fun of how they used to be before he became immortal. Back in the time. I don't know if they're going to be able to redo that. I just don't know. I'm worried. What do you guys think? Sorry. John Eric Hexum was on the show Cover Up when he died on set. Yeah. It had, Jennifer O'Neill in it? Cover Up? Yes. That was a good show. That was a very good show. I believe the song, Hero. I need a hero. Yeah, I believe that was for that show. Cover Up. It was a good show. I believe Jennifer O'Neill was in that, and she was hot. Where's your Dirk? It's going to be like all the different versions of Spider-Man movies. Yeah, probably. Highlander, the multi-dimensional journey. Yeah, they'll screw this up. But then they'll go, well, it's a different universe. Oh, stop. Stop it. I don't think that looks very Highlander-ish. I don't care if you're updating. That doesn't look Connor McLeod. It looks more emo than that. I don't know. Looks like Blade. Thank you. That's better. Jay Watterson. Thank you. Yeah, it does look more Blade. If you nixed him out and put Wesley Snipes there, you go, Blade. Yeah, you're right. Looked up, a Highlander is the Marvel Universe. Yeah, oh God. All right, Jay Watterson scores a point, and Swamp Rat, you suck for telling me that. Dude, I didn't know that. You stay on the bottom end of the planet for that. You don't get to come to the top end. You stay down there. You stay in the ass crack of Earth. I know right now I'm getting a flock of seagulls sent my way. Ugh. I don't know, this one just bugs me. I just don't remake shit. Please. Okay, also, come on. Dave Bautista, look. He's not taller than Henry Cavill. Kurgan was a huge, imposing, scary-looking mofo. He shouldn't be about the same height as Henry Cavill. No. No. Just saying. Try to see if there's anything others I haven't seen. I'm not seeing anything I haven't seen, but that right there just says it all. That's not Kurgan. Not even close to Kurgan. And they're the same height. Kurgan was imposing. That's what made it amazing. The Kurgans were a warrior race. They were brutal. They were huge. They were crazy nuts. They're the same size. It doesn't look as imposing when two guys the same. Now, Connor McLeod beating the Kurgan showed skill, showed epicness, showed heart, showed luck. I don't know. But come on, they're the same. You're going, yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm not seeing it. I'm just not seeing it. Exactly. Kurgan. Even the one where Kurgan's in the present times, he looked much scarier, freakier. Somebody you'd see coming down the street, you go, screw that, I'm going to the other side of the street. This version of Dave Bautista, you're like, okay, whatever. And it looks like he's got a priest collar on. I don't know. I'm not seeing it. Am I hopeful? Yeah. Do I think it's going to be great? Meh. Highlander reboot. Jeremy Irons. Oh, he's leader of the Watchers. Okay. Well, still. I don't know. I will say, screw you, Henry Cavill, because you're way too pretty. 1986. 2026. All right, come on. Get with me here. Who did it better look-wise? Look-wise, come on. You gotta give this to the 1986. You do? That is so good. Christopher Lambert. I know, Lambert. Whatever. I'm going to say Christopher Lambert. He's got the look. Look at that. That is just, he has the facial structure, everything for it. Henry Cavill, super muscles, sexy as shit. Don't know. I don't know. As The Witcher, I think Henry Cavill got screwed. But that's beside the point. I'm trying to see if there's anything I haven't seen yet. Yep. I mean, come on, look at his muscles, everything. Not Connor McLeod. So far, nothing I haven't seen, but they will never beat this. I don't care what CGI you use. I don't care how epic Henry Cavill is or Dave Bautista. You won't beat that. Look at Kurgan. He stands up straight. He is easily 5'6" inches taller than Connor McLeod. No. Look at the outfit. That guy was scary. The Dave Bautista version we just saw, meh. You might see one guy on the street go, yeah, he's a little emo. Look how tattoos he has under the coat. This guy, you're going, screw that. I'm not going to be on the same block as this dude. He's freaky. It's not. Look at the juxtaposition here. I don't think they're going to get close. I just don't. There can be only one. Oh. And shout out to, Duncan MacLeod on this. Man, that was a good series, too. I own the series. I own Highlander, the series. Good freaking show. Things you can't unsee. If you're going to play a guy like Kurgan, there should never, ever, 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 ever be a picture of you that looks like this on the internet. Ever. Nobody can ever take you seriously as the Kurgan once they see this. I don't care how good an actor you are. That destroys it. Nope. Oof. Fazil, wait. Remember that. Fazil. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Man, there's so many good movies from then. Alright, we're going to end real quick here. Let me get to you guys. We'll talk a second. And we will be out of here. Looks like Blade. Oh, hell, I just looked it up, and Highlander is in the Marvel Universe. Yes. Fun fact, Howard the Duck is in a Marvel. Yes, I knew that. Howard the Duck is a good movie. It's crazy how stupid good that movie is still. I love Howard the Duck. Wonder what Frankenberry cereal tastes like these days. Not as good. Here you go. Does anybody remember Trix? Trix back in the day. Not Trix now. But Trix when they were round, little colored rabbit poops. Before they made them fruit flavor shaped. The original Trix, the colored rabbit poops, were epic. It's like the original Fruit Loops. Now, in America, if you shop at Aldi, the Aldi brand of Fruit Loops tastes not quite, but almost like the 80s, early 90s Fruit Loops. But Trix was epic in the day. The little round rabbit poops. They were great before they changed them. When they changed them, the flavors totally went to poop. Yep. Silly rabbit tricks are for kids. Dude, I was always waiting for the rabbit to kung fu those kids to go, stop stealing my tricks. My picture's on it. My names are on it. Screw you. Get off my cereal, you little brats. Even as a kid, I was like, dude, beat them kids. They took your stuff. Frankenberry, by the way, Swamp Rat. We still have Frankenberry, Boo Berry, and Count Chocula. Boo Berry and Frankenberry seem to come and go for seasons. Count Chocula's are usually a little more available. I bought a box of Boo Berry about 2 years ago and didn't have near as much blueberry flavor to it. The Frankenberry, pretty light too. They've cheapened up, not just on the box size, but the flavors. Yep. In fact, I got friends that say, don't buy the Golden Grams, buy the Malto Meal or the Aldi version of Golden Grams. They taste more original. Yep. How about this? And remember, Sugar Smacks, Sugar Bear. I got my Sugar Crisp. It's got smack or something, has sugar in it. I don't know. Can't remember this holy thing. And Dig'em. Remember Dig'em? Kick sucked. Oh, Swamp Rat. No. I loved my little albino rabbit poops. I loved Kicks. I didn't put any sugar on. I ate them things. Of course, I also liked me some Chex. I could mow through some Chex. But I have to say, Golden Grams are probably one of my tops. I loved me Golden Grams back in the day. Other than that, I would say, ready for this? My favorite? Oh, I bet I get thumbs up on this one. My favorite? Fruity Pebbles. Bad thing is, I could down a whole box at one sitting. Probably gave me diabetes almost right then. Yep. Welcome to the Honeycomb Hideout. Yeah. It's not small. No. Honeycomb is big. Yeah. I remember it. Dude, that is stuck in there. As soon as he said that. Honeycomb is not small. No. Honeycomb's got big taste. Yeah. As I get copyrighted for that. Trinkets. What's trinkets? Dried grass? What's trinkets? Wheat trinkets? What's that? What is wheat trinkets? I actually grew up, I liked, my grandma used to have the shredded wheat, the big bales used to get it in. I would mow those too for some reason. I could eat the sweet and the unsweet back then. But I liked Fruity Pebbles. Fruity Pebbles were epic. That was my go-to. Fruity Flippin' Pebbles. All right, let me check Rumble. Hey, Rumblers. Like I said, if you don't have aren't able to chat on Rumble, check out Lion's Den on YouTube. And feel free to join the chat. Let me see here. I will say I always make a mistake. Please hit thumbs up for the stream, guys, and share the channel out. But I am trying to, due to requests, do more pop culture streams as it is in my channel about section. So I am trying. Fruit Loops and Apple Jacks. The original Fruit Loops had much more flavor than today's. Like I said, if you have an Aldi near you, go to Aldi and get theirs. It's much closer than than today's Fruit Loops. But I still was a Fruity Pebbles boy and a Honey Grams. Now another one. Pre-Crunch Berry. Original Captain Crunch. Yep. And also, ready for this one? Life cereal. Death cereal didn't do very well. Life did good. Everyone wants to go, grab me a box of that Death cereal over there. I'll mow me down a big cereal bowl of Death. Yeah, pour me some more of that Death. No, give me the bowl of Life. But yeah, I don't know. All right, let me know real quick. I know there's only a few of you here. It's really early. We're going to get out of here pretty soon. What was your favorite breakfast cereal from the 80s or 70s through the mid-90s? I will say this. Smurf Berry Crunch. If you got to go cartoon cereals, Fruity Pebbles will be number 1. Smurf Berry Crunch number 2. Yep. If you ever had Smurf Berry Crunch in the day, it was not like all the other cartoon cereals. Some bull crap, cheap ass, BS, piece of crap, bleh, cereal. Smurf Berry Crunch lasted a long time. Why? Because it was good. Let's see. I can't remember how long. But it was really good. Oops. There it is. 80s. Debuting in 83. When did it go off? Oops. Spelling. There we go. Smurf Berry Crunch. Like 4 to 6, so 6 years. 6 years. 83 to 89. That's a long time for a cartoon cereal. Because I think Mr. T's are out like 1 or 2 years. Smurf Berry Crunch is one of the better ones. Yep. Yeah. Smurf Berry Crunch was good. But if I had to go by cartoon cereals, cartoon-related cereals, Fruity Pebbles, and then Smurf Berry Crunch. If I had to go by cartoon cereals, Cocoa Pebbles were good. Now, were yours called Choco Pebbles? Ours were called Cocoa Pebbles. Captain Crunch. Dude, no, I loved Captain Crunch. Dude, Captain Crunch was always epic. It was just great. Not the Crunch Berry ones afterwards. You know, I remember when those came out. Cereal used to be a thing. 100%. It did, Jay Watterson. Then you got older and people said, watch your blood sugar and watch your cholesterol and watch your fat and blah, blah, blah. Even though I will admit, we have a company called, I think it's Magic Spoon here in America. Magic Spoon makes lower sugar, lower carb cereal. And it's really friggin' good. So you can still down some bowls of cereal out going, crap, I'm screwed. Yeah, check out Magic Spoon. Not sponsored. But, hey, Magic Spoon, if you want to sponsor me, I eat your stuff. So, hey, you got a real fan. Okay, Cocoa Pebbles, yeah. Hey, just making sure, because in other countries, sometimes things are called different. Like G.I. Joe, Action Force, Lucky Charms. I'd eat all the other cereal out and leave the marshmallows to last. And it was a bowl full of marshmallows. I am really losing my voice. My wife's going to love you guys. I won't be able to talk today at all. Frosted Flakes. They're great. Tony the Tiger. But still, Sugar Bear and Dig 'em. Are you ready for this? Hold on to your asses. Oh, yeah. This is Lion's Den. Hold on. How's that? Yeah. They Sugar Smacks. They out now called the cereal Sugar Smacks. And come on. The other one, Sugar Bear. They openly told you. People going, well, we didn't realize cereal was so unhealthy. Sugar Smacks and Sugar Bear. Are you kidding? They openly told you. The diving submarine toy. Oh, it is amazing how even then we had so much shit the same way. I love this submarine toy. And I love the decoder rings. Yeah. And the license plates. Honeycomb was epic for the license plates for your bicycle and stuff. Yep. Phone freaks still remember the free whistle phones like Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch, man. It's amazing how many of the cereals that came out in the 70s and 80s are still out today. Because they've got no new ideas, really. Yeah, plastic train whistle from the 80s in some drawer. Oh. I'm sorry, I'm giving myself points for that. Actually, my wife found this for me. She's at a yard, she don't stop at yard sales much. She goes, look what I got you. And I went, nothing says love like a Sugar Smacks little container. Yep, pretty cool. If you look around this crazy room of mine, you're going to find some freaky stuff. Like I said, I got a 3-foot long tumbler from the Batman movies back there. Found it sitting out the alley. I was walking my dogs. It usually was, I think it was radio controlled at one time. But now it's not. But it's sitting over there. It's huge. Yep. Of course, some of you don't know, I got a whole crap load of G.I. Joe stuff over here, too. All right, guys, we are getting up there on time. My voice is really starting to hurt. 2 hours, 44 minutes. For Jay Watterson and Swamp Rat, thank you very much, guys. You guys have been epic. And for the people browsing in the background, thank you. And especially you guys on Grumble, thank you very much. Do me a favor, if you're watching this later, feel free to comment. What era was your breakfast cereal era? Was it the 70s? Was it the 80s? Or was it the 90s? And what was your favorite cereal? And if there was cartoon themed cereals during your childhood, what was your favorite? Mine was Smurfberry Crunch. But I am going to get out of here. Jax is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Actually, Jax loves, and I shit you not, he loves a thief Fruit Loops. And the funny thing is, since cats can see color, I don't eat Fruit Loops very much because I got to watch my carbs these days. I became pre-diabetic, but I reversed it myself through diet, which is a problem. If you look at cystic fibrosis, we can become diabetic easy, but I've reversed it myself through diet. But I did allow myself some cheats here and there. Jax loves to grab a Fruit Loop and run with them. He likes the red ones. And Jax also likes dog food. I crap you not. He will brave Riker. It's 13-pound Jax to 102-pound Riker, and he will thief out of his bowl. Crazy. But I appreciate it, guys. Once again, if you're watching this later, comment below. Were you a 70s, 80s, or 90s generation cereal person? What was your favorite cereal? And if there were cartoon cereals in your era, what was your favorite cartoon cereal? Mine was Smurfberry Crunch. Also, what was your favorite cartoon in your era? Of course, nowadays, who knows? But thank you very much, guys. Please hit thumbs up, whether you're watching this live or after. I don't know if I'll be live tomorrow. I may have to do some shorts, because it is everything I can do right now to keep talking. I have some pretty rough voice box stuff going on. Sorry, I've been talking an awful lot dealing with my family stuff. Jax has sharper claws. Could be, but Riker's still 102 pounds. And yes, Riker is named after Commander William Riker. If you ever see his tag, he has a Starfleet tag. So, yep, that is our household. All right, guys, thank you very much. I appreciate you guys, especially Jay Watterson and Swamp Rat. You guys have been epic. And to the lurkers, thank you very much. Anybody watching later, check out this craziness. I do politics and pop culture both, trying to, because of requests, move more into my pop culture. All right, this is Kylie from LYON'S Den. Talk to you guys later. Have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Be safe, be happy. Find something to get away from the craziness of the world today. Go look up your favorite cartoon or cereal and relax. Check out Saturday Morning Cartoon Max Out or Monet Media. Give you some good Saturday morning flashbacks, especially Saturday Morning Cartoon Max Out. Or, last one, Orbital Bacon. Check them out. Texas all Riker drooling your Wile E. Coyote. Hey, wait a minute. I have a couple of them. Also, to finish out the insanity in my room down here. Yep. This is my den. My wife is a very good person. All right, guys. I really am going to get out. As you guys know, I am horrible at leaving. Talk to you later, and I'm going to try to leave some shorts today. Maybe politics, maybe pop culture. We'll see what interests me. Pretty much whatever interests me. Thank you very much.